Is it audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So where were we? Okay, so we are just building something, right? Auto validate. So maybe it
Yes,
might
sir.
not be there. So we'll just go ahead with okay. So now we were just copy pasted some of the things, and then we'll just try to see whether data are there or not. Okay, so we'll just go and bring the text item. So we'll just try to see the text one. Builder, text decorations, age. Simple text field we need. Where is simple text field? Date, time picker, choice, filter chip. We don't need filter chip and all. We can just look at simple example to get started. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Seems like okay. So maybe we have to go with the we can go to our activity itself. We can just copy some data. So from that we'll just take the text filter. I mean text field one. What is another thing will we need? Again another thing also the same text only, no? Only the keyboard type will vary. Correct. So text input type dot maybe email address, and this could be, let's say, something like visible password. Text only here. Okay. So what is a field name? Email. Display text will be email ID. Hidden value will be password. Display text will be password. What else we need? We have a column. First element will be the text input field. Second element will be form builder again. Third element will be submit button. Correct. We wanted only submit button now. Other than that we were covered both. So we'll just bring the material button on press state. Okay. We'll try to take the material button and then we can go there. We can paste as a third item. So whenever they press, then we'll on press is the current state. We can mark it as run. Any other things? Okay, this is for reset. What about submit? We need only submit. Okay, so they made it as okay. We need only login only, no? So okay, we don't need to worry much. Material button. Okay. So we'll leave about the form value, save forms, or we'll try to see what data is coming here. Valid cannot be unconditionally invoked because the receiver can be null. Okay, maybe nullable expressions cannot be used as a condition, so that is in be null before using it the conditions. Okay, maybe they might ask us to use like this, huh? Oh, exclamatory point to check whether the given data are null or not. Okay, so now we'll try to restart the server. So far did we added anything new here?
No, sir.
Okay,
Nothing.
we just added the form builder. I mean, we just go there, copy the related items, and then just paste it, and then we change the title. Okay, so this is what we have done. We'll just see the outputs. So once the pages comes, then we'll try to see what data is coming. I hope it should work. If there any problem, then problem with single scroll view or something like that, we'll see. Okay, so now came. So basically came, but the problem with is very closer to the button. First thing. So now we wanted to set some data to the form so that we don't want to type every time. How do we set the data to the form? That also we have already gave some samples, like how to set the data. Okay, so you can just go there and grab that value. So form key dot current state dot patch value of something, so that we can easily do with this here. So we have access to the form. So here we know the field name. What are the field names we have?
What's the URL and the data?
Okay, so now we have two values, and then we can just pass that value into that, so that we can patch it up. I mean, whenever the page is open, let it pre-fill by default. Okay, unexpected null value. What does that mean by unexpected null value? Where it is coming from? Type error thrown, building login page state, unexpected null value, blah blah blah. Okay, maybe we might have to put this part in inita. How they have put built, then they call the token. It should supposed to work, no? Unexpected null token. Maybe we can remove this part. Okay, maybe here there is a problem. This one. Okay, unexpected null value, line number 21. What is line number 21? Okay, so this is the line number 21. The current state is null if there is no widget in the tree that matches the global key. Can you override with at init stage? We'll see. Is this particular line is giving an error, line number 21, 28. Now there is no line number 21, 28. Okay, maybe we have to restart the server. The following type error, unexpected null value. One is email, another one is password. So email we were supplied. Form build validates required true is correct. So email address maybe because of email address. No problem, maybe that is not the problem here. Password is okay, set context okay, save is, this is anyway unpressed only. We'll try to comment this, we'll see. Okay, so there is no problem here, so problem is only in this particular line. Okay, so basically only this particular line causing a problem, so we'll try to see what is happening. So maybe we might have to use function to call that, maybe we'll try that. where we have kept inside the widget, we just get, let's say, set data maybe. We can copy this part. Okay, some other problem came now. What it is, unexpected null value thrown. Okay, we'll see if there are any package changes they might have done. We'll try to see that. Patch value. Okay, so they are doing correct only, so the same way that we are doing. So we are taking the form key and then we are doing something. Okay, so this is email form validator. Okay, so now error is not coming, but where we have kept the final form key, in the activity page only. Okay, so here what is happening is in kwait get instance do, we are patching up the value. Okay, let's see, first we'll try to fill the form and then submit and console it. Okay, so let's fill it here. So let's come here again, clear it. When we submit, are we getting the data in the console?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is the same data we want to post to the server, correct? This is our idea, like we are getting the server and we are trying to post the server. The only thing we wanted to set the data pre-fill so that that can be utilized for other places. So we'll try to see, is there any mistakes we made? Yeah, bar title blah blah blah. Okay, Okay, so is there any initial value or something that we copy pasted? Form builder. Okay, so in form builder, in the subchild, what is that? Column widget. Okay, form key. Here also we have not done much. So form builder. Okay, so they have kept the button outside the form builder. Okay, form builder is closed here. These are the columns. Is that because of this particular button? Maybe. So where is the, so here we can try to keep it here, we'll see. So now we were kept the data. Now we'll try to see what is coming. Now again data gone, form data, email. Is there any same variable name we have used? Okay, we can just simply do one time Google. We'll see is there any other possibility. What is the API name? Form builder, right? Hello, form builder.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Patch value. Form builder value. Then we were talk about form builder. Okay, focus node as displayed on change form builder explain error. This makes unusable. Thanks, it fixed to solve this problem with the form builder chip as well. Exception was disposed. Okay, but what we are trying to look at it is something different. To programmatically set the values, use original did change method instead of patch value. This is November. Maybe we'll try use did change. The method did change isn't defined in the form builder state. Oh, so maybe here something is not correct. We'll see. Here also form builder only. No difference. Okay, something is not. Is there any activity has been wrapped with something else? So this one is stateful. What about this one? Stateful only. Maybe we can just try replace this part. Maybe because of that some issue. Okay, that does not help us in any way. Yeah, wait. Maybe the expression has type of void, so its value cannot be used. Try check if you are using correct API. There might be a function to call the parameter it voids didn't expect also. Okay. So basically this we cannot put async. Okay, wait. Okay, at least we'll try the sample data now. Yeah, so data are coming here. So now what we can do, we can just call the server. How do we call the server? Login. So it will try to take the value. So we'll just try to print it. Okay. So on press, we need to submit the data. So saved at current state of save form, then we can just pass this value. So here this one will be, so I think save form will be okay. So we can just go here, we can just change it to save form. We can try to print the value. How do we print the value? We can take this data. So what we're gonna do now, first thing we'll try to check whether this data coming to here. Okay. After that, we will directly call this one instead of filling every time the form. So we'll just try to see 1 and 1 data are coming printed. So we'll try to check whether it is coming this to this place or not. So done. We started. Okay, so now let's say 1 and 1. Expected a value of string but got one of the type unmodifiable view of string dynamic. Okay, so basically this has to be converted into what? To string, correct? Because it is trying to concat with plus, so it can't able to concat. So because of that we might have to do the to string. Yes, so now it is coming perfectly. So now what we can do, we need not to always type, no, correct? We can directly call this particular form. We know how to pass the data, correct? So we can, because until otherwise we wanted to at the real time also we have to do the same thing, no? So we will go to this input field, we are going to type this. In the password field we are going to type this, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now what we are trying to do, we are calling from here. So now instead of this one, whenever this page is running, it directly call this one. It will not even go to the form. See, can we see here? It is called because we are trying to deal with the form. So we need not even go to the UI to do deal with it. We are just mimicking it that the save form is called. Okay. After that, we wanted to introduce the post API server. So how do we do that? Again, one important thing, we have to do the instance of the token and then we have to pass it. Okay, so in our case that does not require, so we'll just take the DO client. After getting the DO client, what we have to do? then we can take the provider and then fetch the provider and then save it. Okay, so we'll just copy paste these 3 lines. Only thing we can go and modify there. Okay, so instead of ping provider, first we'll go to the ping provider. So here we are having the list of providers. Okay, so now we need to create a login provider or not? So we can just copy paste it, login provider. So here also we can just change a little bit. Login. So is it a post one? Just we can keep it as login. So what it trying to do, it will trying to call the, what is our API for a login?
Server API login, server/API/login.
Server/API/login. Okay. So now we'll come here, we can try to see what is the API. Yeah, so it will come to this place and then we'll try to print the data. Okay, so that is what we wanted to see in this part. So whenever we call this particular API, it has to come here. So that is an idea. We'll yeah, so this one is /login only. So we'll go here, we'll just change the URL to login. We can clean up some of the things here. Also we can clean up, let it be. So other things are let it be for now. So login provider and then just login, that's it. So now we'll go back to this one. Login provider, and we can pass the client. Once we pass the client, the endpoint provider followed by what? Login. We wanted to pass the values. How do we pass the values? We can take the values and then we can pass it. But before passing it, we have to go there and then we have to modify the function. Correct? So because we are not taking any values here. So first we have to take the values. Here we need to change it to post. What is the named argument for the post? Data. Okay, so now as simple as that. So now what is happening right now? It will do all the job. So technically it is calling the server. So if we go to the backend, we have to see here. First we will try to see print it. Any data has to be converted into toString. Then only this will work.
Two strings.
Okay, so now we'll try to see. Values are called, but I don't think this one is called. So we'll okay, because I have not saved. So now it will call the server as well. First line will be coming from the forms function. The second thing has to come from the login provider. Third thing has to come in the API server if it is properly restarted. Okay, so these are the 3 expectations. We'll try to see whether it is submitted or not. Okay, hard restarting. Okay, so can we see here? The data are came, even the server also responded. So if we go to the backend server, we'll try to see here. Are we getting the data from the front end? So this is the email ID that we have passed from the in the Flutter. This is the hard-coded password that we have submitted. Okay. So login provider, what we have done, we just call the function like normal. Usually this is how we'll call the function, no? So we have given some sample and then we have given set some password. Maybe if you want to test, so let's say tested Shiva, then here let's say hi 1 2 3. If we save it, then this particular function will be called. From that particular function it will go to this part, then this will call the provider. This login provider handles the part. So let's say here we were handling the login, then we are getting the response. After the response we are decoding it and then return back. Okay, but one importantly, we were talked about interceptor, right?
Yes, sir.
So here DO client itself we have set the all the base URLs. If we go to DO client, even we have learned about the the options. Do you remember the options? Base URL, correct? See, this we have already done. We have created a separate class for that, and then we are initting the function. Then we are attaching interceptor, and we are also attaching IAP interceptor for our own purpose. So apart from that, we are attaching the base URL. So the base URL is pointing to localhost 5000/server/API. Okay, for a scalability purpose. So now we have implemented the login part. So the only thing which we have to do it in the backend. Let's say we'll go to admin user. We'll try to add some users. Okay, so we'll just create some user. Let's say this is user 1. This will be, let's say, student. How do we call it? AST maybe. Student. Then let's say student 1, or maybe we can keep it as employee. So employee. Okay, employee 1. Then this will be, let's say, emp1. Maybe we can keep this email ID this way, emp1 at sdev.in. So admin maybe will be emp1 2k21. Okay, email verified to. Okay, so now we'll just try to generate it. So we'll just look for the config. Config is pointing to localhost, and what is the name of the collection? We'll just change it to shrm v1. So this also shr v1. I don't think there is some such a user, but we'll try to keep it this way. Yeah, that's it for now. We'll go to static. Then here, anyway, in this project we don't need a course. We might need cities, college, university, council, newspaper we don't need, school board might be, ID proof, stage might not need, blood group might need, caste, police service we don't need, association, clerk association, business type, bank might need, chairman, vice chairman, member, secretary, contact category might need, time slot, archive, religion, I don't need, queue don't need. Okay, so we'll just uncomment this admin user. We can try to generate some users. So here also we can just take off this police user. So now what we can do, we'll just run the server. So we have to ensure that we have already dealing with SHRM only, because we don't want to accidentally done. So generate it. Success. We'll go to Robo3D. We'll go to localhost. We'll try to see is there anything called SHRM v1. Yes, it came. Only one collection might be users. There should be 2 users because we have created only 2 users. One user for admin, super admin, another user for user 1. So here there is an employee 1, user type is E, email ID is this one. What is the email ID that he used? EMP2021, correct?
Sure.
So now we'll go back to the sample data. We'll just change this into EMP1. What is the password? EMP2021. Correct. So now if this is working perfectly, now what should has to come? It has to come the backend also, it has to come with the proper token related data. So now the function is called, yes, successfully token came. See here we also have welcome to Cisco, so it will be redirected to access token also came. So now this will be the perfect data that we are trying to look for. If you notice here, there is a redirect URL, account setup, current authorities came, login successful. Let's say if I try to make fail, if I'm trying to pass the wrong validity, wrong password, we should get a response stating that invalid email ID and password, please try it. So now we got the data. Correct. Now we wanted to push this to either message or something like that, notification or some sort of things. Correct. So we got it to set it to the patch. So that is also easy, right? For example, we can use pop-up message or some sort of things to notify the user stating that no, this is a invalid password, user ID password. Okay. So now we got the data, and from this data we can able to extract. So this is the data. So now we'll try to see data. So login provider, what it does, it trying to response decode. Okay. So it's already decoded. So now we'll try to access. So how do we access the status? If you want to access the data, how do you access? Data dot status on data dot status. If you want to access message, this way. If you want to access yeah, that's it, message. Or if we have anything like payload, we can access payload. Okay. So now we'll try to see in this scenario whether it is coming all these three data separate line. One is object, another one is data separately, message separately. Finally payload does not have anything. Correct. So correct. Now we'll try to change it back to 1. We'll save it. Did he even went to the front end then tried? I mean the form and then we tried?
Now I will try.
No ma, see, still we haven't even go this place and then we have typed and then submit, correct?
Yes.
But still we are working with it. So now we'll try to fill with the form and then call. Okay, so now instead of calling this one directly, we will try to fill the form and then see. So now that also we can try to say, right now after restarting this API will not be called. So now we have to call by our own because we have commented that part. So we'll go here. We'll type the, what is the user email ID? Is it correct? But it is wrong. I think EMP1, I guess. We'll try to see. See, whenever I click submit, so the data came. So email ID come, but it says email ID invalid password. Now if I change it to EMP1, then if I submit, server is calling, token came. Okay. So now this is the token that we have to set it to the shared preference. Why do we want to do that? So that the next time whenever the API is called, that can be utilized. Oh my god, I have closed accidentally. Okay, so now we got the data. So now what we can do, we can just go to the login provider or the activity. So this is the line we have to execute it so that it will take care of the job. So first thing we have to take the shared preferences. Okay. So let's say if payload is exist. If payload is exist, and then maybe we can use dot notation. Why we wanted to use this? Exclamatory dot payload exclamatory dot access token. Then we can do this part. So we can just wait for the async await. Then we'll set it to the auth totals so that it will take care of the job. Quick fix, import it, quick fix, import it. So instead of token, what is our token? So this is our token. Payload is defined type of map of dynamic. Try importing the library that defined payload, correcting the name and okay. So basically they are expecting us to give the pattern, how it look like. So that will do later. For now we just go ahead with this pattern. Okay. We'll try to it's starting the server. So what it does here, no, in React we were using local storage, okay, for storing the token. So here we were using shared preferences to store the token. That is the difference. So every time the API calls, it will take care of the job. So let's say if you go to API client, the API interceptor, in the interceptor what we are trying to do, we are referring the shared preferences and we are getting instance, we are taking the token, then we are attaching the token. This token is the one which is coming from the login, okay, which is set there. Understood? Huh?
Yes.
So now what is that message? How do we display the message in the we'll do the display snack bar. Okay, so basically this is how we want it. One is undo, we don't need undo and all. Snake bar content. Okay, so we'll try to do this. If a message is coming, no, we have the message. What is our message? Which is coming from data.
Data.message.
Yeah, so now data is done. So now what we can do, we can just show the snake bar. If it is a success, then it will take the job. Whether it is right or wrong, we'll just show the error message. So then we can improvise the UI as required. So we'll just go here. We'll let it come. CMP1 at sdev.in, EMP2021, submit bar came, but no snake bar came. What happened? Maybe there is no messages coming up. No message supposed to come. Message came, but it does not showing. So okay, maybe because of this problem.
Data.message.
Okay, so maybe we'll we don't want to go there and fill every time. So what we can try to do, we can just uncomment it, save it. We'll just go here and then we'll see the message. It is not calling or restart, not restarting. Okay, maybe we will try restarting or manually. Okay, some problem came. To safely refer a widget, ancestor dispose method. Elementary no longer. Okay, so maybe because we can't able to call this one directly because we are using context. We'll try to clear it. We'll enter it here, emp1 at stf.in, then emp2021, submit it. Came up, login successful, welcome to Syscasa, please be patient, it will be redirected automatically. So now after setting this data, okay, can we able to redirect to the respective place? We can.
To the next page 7.
Yeah, we can, with the help of, if you go to app bar, we can push this one. No, we can just call the activity one. Well, let's say we'll just try to call this one. Okay, so now we have a context, and then we'll try to, after successful submission, we'll directly redirect them to the activity page. Okay, so now we'll go back here. Let's type it again one more time, emp1 at stf.in, then emp2021, submit. After successful message, it has to redirect it to
Next page.
Yeah, so it will show the login successful, then it will try to push, but there is an error. Okay, we'll see what is an error. Based on that, we'll improvise it. Expected a value of type boolean but got the type of string. Where? Save form, line number 507. There is no 507 here. So how do we call that navigator dot pushed off context? Okay. Context we have. Is that a problem here or there? Snake bar, okay. I think where it was trying to ask payload. So this has to be pushed only when status is 1 only, we have to push it, right? We'll try to see where this particular error is coming. MP1 at hashtag successful came. So there is no problem with success. Maybe we can just comment this one, then we'll see which line is getting an error. Correct, we don't know which line is getting error, so better we'll just try to comment it and then see specifically. So right now we don't want to do anything, we'll just try to submit. Okay, so problem is not in expected a boolean JSON map field may not be null. Okay, expected value of boolean type, where it is saying. Okay, maybe we can try to comment this part on. Application restarted, we can just submit it. Okay, so basically problem within this part. So what is trying to expecting here, payload, data of payload. So we can just try to print the value. We'll see what is happening. Token. Token. We'll hit submit again. Now there is no error. Okay, it is not even run. Expected a value of type boolean but got the one of type of JSON map. What does it mean by? Is it print is happening? No print is happening. Payload. Okay, there is no token itself. We'll do one thing. We'll go back to the backend. We'll adjust the parameters. So what is the data that we would like to pass? Because every time we cannot go to type. emp1 at sdev.in. Maybe we can go here, copy it. Whatever the form data comes, that is okay. We'll just override it. Okay, in local. I mean, so that it will not. We need to type every time. So we can go to the front, go to the Flutter one. We can clear it. we'll to try to submit it. So now what is coming here? Now it is coming correct details. No, it should not be correct details. Why it should be correct details? emp1 or desktop.in, correct only here. Oh, okay, so basically whatever we are trying to submit, it has to be submitted. Okay, so it has to go from here only. So values equal to payload, so let it goes from the front end. We can submit it, it will call the null. So successful. See, now this data is coming from where? So this is the data, then this is the status, this is a message, this is a token or payload. He said this payload can be accessible here this way. So tokens are coming perfectly, so no problem with that. So here shared preference only there is a problem. So we'll just go here and then see what we are trying to do. So we are taking a token, then we are setting the token. Yeah, that is it. Yes, as simple as that. What is the problem here? Shared preferences. What is the package that is imported to shared preferences? Okay, this one. Okay, so that is correct only. What is another package which is involved? Auth utilities. Yeah, correct only. Maybe we have to get it in the first place because of that. Okay, maybe we should avoid this one. String only going, correct only. Satyanathan?
Yes, sir.
No speaking. Silent.
Yes, sir. But I'm saying, sir, it is not a little code now.
Other Satyanathan is there or he left?
That's it. Not a simple code, sir. Sir, are you recorded this video or not?
Yeah, recording. I hope I'm recording. Recording only.
Thank you. But we need, sir.
So problem is not happening here. So token expected value. Oh, okay. So we are trying to check the existence. Okay, so what it trying to say that expected value of type boolean but got the type of JSON map. Okay, so now we have to check like okay, so this is how we have to check, not this way. We were trying with data contains key of payload and data of payload contains key of access token. Then what we can do, we can just try to show the data and then we can try to set it. Yes. So now this will not be a problem, it has to be solved. Yes, without any error. Very good. So now what we can do, we can just the status is 1. It has to redirect it to activity page. Successful. Now it means that there is some error. We'll see. So what it says, could not find generator of route settings activity. Okay, because I have commented everything. So activity has to be pointed to activity page. So now if the active page is coming, then it is working. Whenever we click login, if it is take us to the activity page, then good to go. Okay, submit. Okay, it brings us to the activity page.
Working.
Yeah, working.
Yes.
So now we have one simple important thing that we have to do. For example, if this particular token is exist, correct? For example, let's say here itself, whenever the build is happening, right, here itself we can try to get the token. If the token is exist, then if it is not expired, we can directly log into the dashboard page or the activity page temporarily, correct? Let's say app bar page, we can pass changes into what is that app bar page? App bar dot, what is this? I think this is the place where we have kept that thing, no? Home bar widget. Is it a stateful or stateless? Okay, nothing is there. Oh, it is the application page. Okay, let's say we'll just call it as home or something like that for now. Okay, so we'll just call the home one. How do we call the home one? Slash home. Submit. It will call the API. Perfectly went. So now the only thing here, we wanted to pick the token or image URL from the API, correct? We don't want to show some dump data. So we can go to main dot dot, or yes, main dot dot. Here we can decide what we wanted to do. Main dot dot. How do we check? Okay, so maybe we can go to bar dot. Okay, nope. Client dot dot. Yes, so here is the place. This is the place where we are gathering information. So this is how we can able to get the data. If the token is exist, from login page itself we can do. Yeah, let's say we can move this logic to, let's say, check already logged in. How the functions can be called? Okay, async has to come beforehand. So now we have the token. If the token is exist, what we can do? We can directly push it to HOMA. If the token is already exist, it means that it is the same as logged in. Correct? Already logged in. If token is exist, maybe if you want, we can just print it. We'll see. So whenever the page is getting loaded, it directly has to go to the home page. Maybe we can try to restart here so that only we can able to see. It has to come to the login page. Immediately it has to go to the home page. I think it's restarted already. Maybe we can show some alert. Okay, I think here it is not handled. Might not be saved properly. Okay, sysconsole came. By the time login page come. Okay, still it's performing the. Is there any error? Still no error.
No error.
So token is not coming, maybe. Or this particular part itself not called. Only these are the two possibility, right? Yeah, because this function itself not called, Satyana, then function itself not called. How that will? So now only function is called. Okay, function came, but there is a problem. Okay, so basically function came, there is no problem. Navigator operations requested with context that does not include as a navigator. Wish to push or pop the routes from the navigator operation requested with the context that does not include a navigator. We can just check once what they are trying to say. How do I fix? Okay, so navigator off context. This happens because when you do navigator of context, it will start with it as you do. Okay, and then go upward to the widgets until it's find the navigator. So there is no more navigator on pressed. Stateless widget and not navigator. Stateless widget. Here what we are using? Are we using navigator dot push name? So here we can use navigator dot off context. We'll try to use. Then we'll change into this one. Maybe might work. No, it's not working still. Okay, I think they are suggesting the same thing. Maybe we are not looking into the correct way. Navigator dot push of something. Okay, so from that they are taking the context and then they are trying to do something. Okay, maybe we'll try this part. We'll see whether it is working. But anyway, we always has to go with named route only. Yeah, we have to go with named route only. Okay, for now temporarily let it be this one. So this part will be pending. We'll look into it. So now let's say whenever we fill the form, this and all we can easily change, right? Form builder. In the form builder we can password field. We'll try to see. They have not even given any password field. Huh? How do we do that? Keyboard type text input dot. Maybe we can easily check some other possibility might be there. Okay. So now only thing we have to decode that auth token. So get token share preference, and then from that get token how do we extract the data? So we have the token. Once we have the token, I hope we might use some library already. PubSpec, HTTP parser. Okay. So we can use this particular part, installation. So what they are trying to do, token they are taking, then they are doing the decoding, then decoded of name is expired of token. Okay, what is return type? Map of dynamic. Okay, from the preference we can able to get the token. So now what we can do, we can take this out and then we can go to application, yeah, bar dot, then we can able to see so preference we have to pass. How do you pass the preference? There we can do directly, right, in the preference dot. Why can't we do this way? This expression invalid. Okay, The method getString is in the type of future, trying to correct the name. Okay. We can able to get the token. From the token we can able to decode it, so it does not require prefs. So now some places will get affected. So here we don't need this, so we can add this. We don't need to pass anything here. So this will be, let's say, we have to check it once in the login page. After getting this one, so shared preference, we don't need shared preference now, so we'll new auth utilities function dot so we don't need this part now. Okay, so I have to remove the static. Now we'll try to see after submit. Okay, so this has to be changed it to new, followed by this is a class now, and here we can change. We don't need this now. The same way here also, new. Okay, some problem is there. Expected value, a value of shared ones, but got the future. Okay, so we have to use done, or we have to use async await. functions marked async must have a return type that assignable to future. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to use the get instance, maybe. The method getString isn't defined for the type future. Try corresponding name to the name existing method. So again, this will be changed into future. Oh god. Futures, then we can gets, what is that, the might be completely normally causing null to be returned. Okay, so return get token will return empty. Cannot find column. But again, if we okay, problem with that, token will not come because now if you put async k-wait, then again that is a problem. Yet again it expects this thing. Oh god. Shared preferences, so in Flutter, maybe here what they are trying to do, again they are keeping it this way. Then session manager, okay, so they are taking the session manager, then prefab token, set the value, prefab get token, is there any other better way? Await chat preference of get instance, then another page will be preference. Okay, nope, we wanted to do this, but we don't want to do it in every async places. Prefs equal to session manager. Okay, so here what they are trying to do, they are setting this token to this one. Give me a second. What were we doing? So this set part, correct? So maybe we'll try to replace this one, session manager. So we'll try to replace it here. Here what is the problem? The value of string cannot be assigned to the value of variable of type string. Okay, add null check maybe. So how do we call? To set the value of the set auth token, method do like this. Okay, so we can go to this place where we have to do this in the login part. After successful login, we might have to set the token, correct? So this is perfectly good to go, and here we don't need this shared preference now. This one, okay, for temporarily we can show it. Then what other places? At the time of client we are having this. So how do we get that? So now here to get the get auth token, method do what is this proof contains? Session manager. Done now. Maybe if you want we can just print it and then see. So any other place we have auth utilities, 3 more places. Okay, activity page, we don't need auth utilities now. We don't need this. In the app bar, okay, so this is where we are started looking for. So here also we can just take this off and we can go to app client. We are trying to do the same thing here now. So we are just taking the token and then we are trying to attach it. So this will be changed into auth token. So done. Now 2 more places are there. App bar, we are trying to initialize with the client, then get the token. So I think these things also we can wrap it with within the auth part itself. So maybe from the token we might have to do the decoding, correct? Let's copy this, we'll go here, we'll just adjust this part. Then if you wanted to do this one, then we have to wrap it with function. So from the auth token we have to do something like the one that we are talking about. Okay, so we can close this, we can close this, we can copy this part and then we can paste it. We can pass the token, import it, then we can do the print. Too many positional arguments. Okay, so they're supposed to be plus, and this has to be called. Unexpected null value. Auth dot session dot new of get auth token. Which page it is? Get auth token of next. Maybe API client. Get auth token, what it does, it take the preference and then try to look for the auth token. What is the problem here? What more? Unexpected null value. Okay, so the first mistakes that I have done, we should not do trial and error for all the places. So what we can try to do, first thing we'll try to avoid this part. We try to avoid this part as well. So one problem is done. So now the second place will be client is needed. In app bar we'll try to comment this. So now we'll see where this problem is occurring. So if there is a problem, if there is any problem, okay, so now in the set part also there is an issue. So at the time of login, so it trying to call the set session manager, set auth token, it takes auth token and then trying to do the put string. Okay, this and all everything is correct, only looking good. Maybe we might use new one. Unexpected null value. The same thing we got last time, no? What we have done? Unexpected. Okay, here might be a problem. So token came after token. We'll try to see what is the first problem and then we'll uncomment it. Aman
Yes, sir.
silently came to the meeting.
No, sir. Came now little time backward. Previous only.
Okay. So what we have to do, we have to check the get auth token. If the token is not null, what we have to do? Okay, maybe will this work? We'll see. Okay, restarted. Submit data coin. Success. Go to the dashboard. Perfect. Now we'll go to bar. We'll command this part. Fix it. Nullable. If auth token exists. Wrapper, then we'll print it. Okay, if the whatever the logged in data based on this token, if the token is decoded and the decoder token came to this page, then it means that one part is done already. Maybe after this decode part, maybe we can just check the school one how they have did. Okay, for this part, I mean the improvisation part, how do we handle it in overall, because this is very difficult to keep track of all the pages, no? I mean adding all these the same dump code all the places, so it is not a good idea. So we'll just go here, login, token, go to the page. Wow, Nova, yeah, came. See, user name is employee1, photo URL came, type everything came. So now what we can do, we can set it to the data. So let's say where current user equal to, we can just set the current user. After that we can just equal to some maybe we can directly set this to current user itself. So yeah, so now we got the current user, but there could be possibility of current user may be null. So maybe we can try to check if the profile URL is exist. Correct. Here we can also override the profile URL, no? So initially let it be the default one. Here if the current user, so maybe we can just change this photo URL, no? If, how do we check the keys exist or not? Contains key of this key, then what we can do, so this one let's say string, then we can use set state method. What is set? What is a name? Set state only. Okay, error mark will not come. I don't know why this set state is not coming. So they are taking the token and then they are assigning the token underscore equal to. Oh, okay. But still there is an error. We'll try to see something is not correct. Maybe is that because okay, it does not have any state, so that is why this problem is coming. Okay, we'll see. So some other data came but it not okay, maybe we'll look into this later. I think this is the idea, like what we are trying to do. If you want to recall, shall we do a rough recall?
Please send video links.
What ma?
You recorded video links in your screen.
Yeah. So basically we have done very simple only. See what we have done, we have called some function at the time of submit, calling the provider, but this API has been implemented. Once the API is implemented, then we are getting back with the data. To check the keys exist or not, we are using condensed key. After that, this is only for login only. Other places this particular part will not come. Okay, for example setting a token and all, because token only will come at the time of login. Then we are navigating to the place. Once it's navigated, then there we are trying to take the token and then decode the users to say, try to set the data. But other places again this particular thing will not come. Okay, maybe we can commit the code, you can fetch it and then
Yes.
okay. So we'll